shock of the hour. I am. That video I made, the tribulation, we are a family. Yeah. I could have called that video shock of the hour. These motherfuckers better wake up quick. Yeah, alright. They're gone. So y'all gonna have to get, figuratively, literally, get up out of this shit. This physical world, this physical body, this physical crap, all this shit is going bye-bye. Including the earth. Yep. The earth was originally just like us in the spiritual form. And the earth is going back into the spiritual form, fourth and fifth dimensions, just like us. So ain't gonna be no more earth, not in the physical form. So if the earth is in the spiritual form, how the fuck y'all gonna be here in the goddamn meat suit body and shit? Yeah. Yeah. I told y'all, when I get in that motherfucking zone, Michael, player Lord, don't exist no more. The real me, the true me, obviously is a lot like player Lord. But player Lord, player Lord is really a safer version of the Messiah from the perspective of this wicked ass world, whether them dummies know it or not. That clip I just showed, I probably watched that shit about 30, 40 times because me, Michael, I thought that shit was funny as shit. But like I said, yeah, when I get in that zone, yeah. But anyway, what up, niggas? Let me say first, one of my subscribers left a comment, and he thought that I deleted one of his comments. But I told him that with all this censorship crap going on, these demons in the spiritual form, AI and all this shit, you know, like I told him that wasn't me. Anybody who leave a comment, if some funny shit go on, if some funny shit is going on, your comment is deleted and all that shit, that ain't me. I'm not gonna delete, even if I disagree with somebody, I'm not gonna delete nobody's comment unless I know it's a fucking demon coming around trying to be slick. So any funny business going on when y'all leave comments, that's not me. I got a comment talking about all this madness going on. You talking about how a lot of my brothers been going through shit that's, in the sense he was saying that they going through some shit that's even worse than my situation. And he said that he ain't trying to belittle my situation. But here comes the damn train. Shut up, motherfucker. But I'm glad that he said that, because I want to talk about this a little bit. We've gone through hell, all of us. And we've gone through our trials and tribulations. And I don't want nobody to take for granted what people are going through, regardless of the fact, and I'm specifically talking about God's people, regardless of the fact that we can relate to each other based on the shit that we've gone through. None of us can truly relate, truly relate, and truly understand how this shit is affecting other individuals. When I talked about that situation with my mother, it was impossible for me to describe that shit. Only thing I could do was just talk a little bit about the things that I know that y'all going through. And regardless of the fact of me being who I am and always talking about being a super empath, I can't truly comprehend how this bullshit, these trials and tribulations, I can't truly comprehend how this is affecting y'all individually. And I don't want nobody to take this shit for granted. Because even if you are having a certain type of event that's the same as somebody else, you still don't truly know how that shit is affecting them. Because like I said, me being a super empath, I've literally been able to feel the emotions of an individual, but still being in this meat suit, still have memory loss and haven't gone through my total recall yet. Me being a super empath, more so than experiencing the being able to feel the emotions of an individual, my emotions be all over the place, where I experience the emotions of everybody in this whole world sometimes. But 99.9% of the time, I can't pinpoint somebody's emotions when it comes to an individual. So I would never take for granted what somebody's going through. And shut up, kitty cat. And like I said, some there are many things that we are going through. There are many things that I've gone through concerning my trials and tribulations that many of you haven't gone through. And there are many things that y'all have experienced and gone through that I haven't gone through. But there are many things that we've experienced, you know, the same type of shit. And we can relate to each other, but we still don't truly understand how that event affected the other person, and we can't take that shit for granted. It's just like, for example, let's say somebody told me that they woke up in the middle of the night and Satan was sitting in their motherfucking room. Now, I can truly relate to that because that shit happened to me. But I can't truly understand and truly comprehend how that situation affected that other person who saw Satan sitting in their room. Regardless of the fact we both went through the same shit, I can't comprehend how how that shit affected them. Because first of all, I know for a fact that most people, if that shit happened to them, most people gonna freak the fuck out and do all kinds of shit, running and all screaming or whatever the fuck. And regardless of them experiencing that shit with Satan being in their room, they can't relate. They can't truly understand. They can't truly comprehend how that shit affected me. Because I'm a crazy motherfucker. That shit actually happened to me. And when I woke up and I saw Satan sitting in my motherfucking room, I laid back down and went to sleep. That's just me. And like I said, the next day, everybody in this house was possessed. But one of the reasons why I'm talking about this is because this is why a lot of people are in trouble. Because they taking all this shit for granted. And they refuse to accept the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. and they want to sit back and try to pretend like they know what's going on, try and pretend like they understand. And of course, I'm specifically talking about these wicked ass people. When this truth came out many years ago about who God's chosen people really are, we had a lot of white people came out and started talking about, well, white people suffer too. So, what the fuck did that mean? Now, of course, I'm not talking about any and all white people, but you know who I'm talking about. Now, they want to come out and say, well, we suffer too. And you can't take other people's suffering for granted. We all suffering. We all going through hell. And just because you suffer, that don't automatically make you one of God's chosen people. Just because you suffered, that don't mean that you a Jew. And just because you claim to be in the truth, claim to believe in Jesus, and all this shit, that don't mean you're gonna be raptured either. We got a lot of people who are all excited about the rapture and shit. And the majority of these motherfuckers are on a low level. The majority of these motherfuckers still refuse to accept the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And they all excited about the rapture. They ain't going no fucking way. And this is why I've been in this zone like a motherfucker since I came back. People still doing the same shit, obviously. They still doing the same shit they was doing last year. I've been gone a whole year and ain't nothing changed. This is why I always talk about people being on a low level. Then when some shit goes down, they freak the fuck out because they refuse to accept the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. It's just like when this coronavirus shit started. You got a lot of motherfuckers who are into this truth, talking about the Illuminati and all this shit. Soon as this coronavirus shit started, them motherfuckers started talking about, we gotta take our country back. What the fuck are these niggas talking about? I don't know how many times I've said this shit. This country is going bye-bye. Years before I came on YouTube, my Hebrew brothers, the chosen, have been talking about this shit. Here we go with people wanting to believe things that sound good to them, but they don't want to accept the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. This situation with this take our country back shit, these are people who are, they still trying to hold on to this wicked ass world. You can't save this world. It ain't happening. This country is destined to be destroyed. And people want to keep trying to hold on to this shit, this MAGA shit, make America great and all this shit. And then they claim to be Christians and talking about the rapture and all this shit. These are the people that's going to get fucked up. Plain and simple. After I uploaded that video, the tribulation, we are family. The next day, somebody sent me a little message. That video I made, the tribulation, we are family. I was talking about that motherfucking Lucifer. I was talking about that clip in that show where he that dude played Lucifer. He made a cameo appearance in that Crisis in Infinity shit, whatever the fuck it's called. And I said Lucifer made a cameo appearance on that shit. I said WB, but they changed the shit to CW. And it's like I said, you know, they got all these motherfuckers making a cameo appearance and shit. And here this motherfucker making his fucking cameo appearance and shit. Like, what the fuck did that show got to do with all them other shows on that network? Lucifer, yeah. So, that clip where that motherfucker said to that black man, "You remind me of my brother, tall, dark, and annoyed by me." I only seen that shit one time when it came out, and that shit stuck in my head. And when I do research for my videos, I always go back and double check certain things that I'm gonna say based on what somebody else said or whatever case may be. That shit, even though I already knew about this family shit, hearing that motherfucker, that Lucifer motherfucker, talking about saying to that black man, "You remind me of my brother, tall, dark, and annoyed by me." That shit stuck in my head. I didn't have to go recheck that shit. So I went to after I uploaded that video, trials, the tribulation, whatever, we are family. I went back and the next day and was going through YouTube, checking out some videos, right? As soon as I turned that motherfucker on, one of my videos showed up in the recommendation section. And that video was the video I call Hereditary. Right above that video was that motherfucker Lucifer. Yeah. In that Hereditary video, of course, I was talking about Lucifer. So, for that motherfucking Lucifer to show up on that recommendation page right above my video, you can say that's a fucking coincidence. But that motherfucking video that showed up above my video, that's the exact same clip of that motherfucker telling that black man that you remind me of my brother, tall, dark, and annoyed by me. This is that bitch nigga's way of saying hi to me. Yeah. Like that chicken Friday after next. When you see your daddy, I say, yeah. See how these motherfuckers are? Lord have mercy. People are not accepting the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And this is why these people are going to get fucked up. I put out that video, Shock of the Hour. I'm doing my best to wake these motherfuckers up. Because it ain't just wicked people. It's a lot of people who claim to be in the truth. It's a lot of people who claim to be Hebrew. It's a lot of people who claim to be Christians, who are not where they need to be. And even though I got a great response with that main video that I uploaded, I know for a fact that I freaked some people out with that shit. People who I was getting in contact with, all of a sudden, they disappeared. Shit. And a lot of them disappeared a number of days before I uploaded that video. Because I talked about this in about one of my other videos. Talked about this in one of my other videos. Getting hits ain't important. As far as getting a lot of hits, it's not important when you speaking the motherfucking truth, because that truth, that energy, it spreads throughout the world. It spreads throughout the universe. So me putting that video out, it just fucked up a lot of people. And of course, I'm talking about motherfuckers who didn't see that video. Because like I said, the truth, when you speak the truth, you put these videos out, that shit reverberates throughout the world, throughout the universe. And we got so many people who still holding on to these lies. A lot of people ain't waiting for white Jesus anymore, but they still waiting for that Jesus to show up with a black face, yet he still got the characteristics and the personality of white Jesus. And everybody is freaking the fuck out more and more and more, because I'm waking up more and more and more. God's chosen people are waking up more and more and more. And people continue to try to hold on to these lies and only like the truth that they like and disregard everything else. So it's just like the situation when I made that video called The Angry Black Man. Ain't no fucking coincidence I made that video just before I made that Super Blood Wolf Moon video and destroyed all these wicked ass women. That Angry Black Man video that I made, I mentioned that for many years we had a lot of people talking this shit about the angry black man. That's the angry black man. In other words, they trying to make you feel guilty about being angry. They don't want you to be angry because they're scared of you. They don't want you to be angry because your energy fucks them up. They don't want you to be angry. They want you to be calm and docile so they can continue to take advantage of you. Now everybody is freaking the fuck out because of the angry black man. Everybody's freaking the fuck out because they didn't want to accept the fact that God's chosen people are niggas, and those who are part of the 12 tribes of Israel, they still waiting for the prophets, like I said, and we right in their fucking face. They still waiting for Jesus, and I'm right in their fucking face. They still waiting for white Jesus or black Jesus with that personality of white Jesus. And we got this thing about this suffering shit like I talked about. And people want to make this fucking excuse, trying to compare their suffering to God's chosen people suffering. Like, what fucking difference do it make anyway? Because like I said, we all suffering. We all living in this hellish reality. But we can't take nobody's suffering for granted. Continue to make excuses about all these lies, half-truths, the rapes, the murders, and all the shit that went on during slavery. Not to mention all the shit that's been going on in our lives that people don't know nothing about, don't care. And you got these people who want to talk about Israel, over there in the Middle East, but not talk about God's chosen people, the Israelites. Want to talk about the rapture, knowing good and fucking well they ain't ready for that shit in any way, shape, or form. Low-level idiots who got stuck in this loop. Gonna be left behind and more than likely lose their soul, which, like I said, we live in the Matrix anyway. These motherfuckers already did lose their soul, basically. We just going through this process. But here I am getting more and more angry, waking up to who I truly am. Same with my brothers and sisters, the Israelites. And I've done my best. I've tried so fucking hard to get through to all people, including white people. And if these motherfuckers don't wake up, I'm talking about any and all these motherfuckers, no matter what color they are. Of course, specifically, I'm talking about those who are into the truth, but they're not where they need to be. The clock is ticking. And if these motherfuckers don't accept the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, then they gone. But, like I said so many times, we live in the fucking Matrix anyway. All this shit's been done. I know a lot of my people who are into the tarot cards and, YouTube channels like Higher Self. It'll be a lot of people who talk about these energies and fifth dimension and things of that nature. Meditating, so on and so forth. They'll talk about these things, life, and they'll be like, we have free will. No, we don't. Not in this reality. Our choices, was already made prior to us incarnating in this reality. Those choices was made by us and a higher power. Ain't no free will here. The choices, the decisions was already made. If we truly had free will, I wouldn't be here right now. Trust me. There are so many things that I knew for a fact was going to happen. I couldn't stop it from happening. Because the script is already written. The fact that I even tried to stop that event from happening, that's part of the script. So the point that I was making is we all have a destiny. You either destined to get the fuck up out of this shit, or you destined to be destroyed. I talked about this coronavirus shit being symbolism. We are in the process of waking up to who we truly are. We are in the process of taking off the mask, while at the same time they got these motherfuckers putting on these masks. There's some symbolism for your ass. And that shit rhymed. Bad motherfucker. I am. But I'm gonna close this video by saying this. That movie, Total Recall, the first one that Arnold Schwarzenegger made, there was a scene in that movie where his higher self, the real him, recorded a video so that his other self, you know, the avatar, like us, he made that video so the other him can see that shit. And in that video, he told him that you're not you, you're me. That was, you know, the character that Arnold Schwarzenegger was playing. That was his higher self talking to him in that video. Near the end of that movie, a bunch of people, I guess you could say agents, they grabbed Arnold Schwarzenegger and they was getting ready to put him in that chair so they can wake him up to who he truly is, his higher self. And Arnold Schwarzenegger, the avatar, the one with memory loss, he said, talking about his higher self, he said, that guy is an asshole. This is what's happening in this reality right now. The majority of these wicked ass people, they don't want to wake up to who they truly are. Especially when it comes to the average person. This is why they freaking out like a motherfucker. They know they wicked as shit. The truth that we've been speaking about, all this shit, they know we telling the truth. Whether, if not consciously, subconsciously, they know. They know who they are. They don't want to wake up. They don't want to wake up to their higher self. Because their higher self is an asshole. This is why the average person, Illuminati, all these motherfuckers are fighting so hard to hold on to this reality. This fake, false fantasy land that we living in. Because in this fake reality, they gods, they kings, they celebrities. They have, you know, they have money and power. In this fake ass fantasy reality that we living in. That's the role that they playing. In this reality, the role that we are playing is the weak, the dumb, and all this shit. So now, we are in the process of waking up to who we truly are. We are on our way to the real world. And we leaving this fake world, this fake reality, this fantasy land, we leaving this shit behind. While at the same time, these idiots trying to hold on to this shit because here in this fake reality, they special. We going to the real world and ain't gonna be no fucking fantasy. We ain't gonna be playing no role like they are. In the real world, we are gods, kings, celebrities, rich, powerful, and all this shit. And y'all need to understand that shit. It's time to get the fuck up out of here. In this reality, these wicked people are special. In the real world, these wicked people ain't shit. In this fake reality, God's people ain't shit. in the real world, we are the shit. And this is why these wicked ass motherfuckers are doing their best to hold on to this fake ass reality. Because this is their heaven. And in the real world, for them, the real world is pure motherfucking hell. And if people who are in the truth don't wake up quick, they done. My Hebrew brothers who are angry as shit, these angry black men, when they get their hands on these wicked ass people, they're going to experience hell and suffering unlike they never have in their entire existence. This includes all the time they spent in that hellish realm being tormented by these demons. They ain't gonna know suffering. They ain't gonna know torment on a level like this shit when my Hebrew niggas and the 144 get their hands on these motherfuckers. And then eventually, lake of fire. And I've said this so many times, I know people don't like it. You know, me laughing at these motherfuckers and all that shit. And of course, when I say people, I'm talking about these wicked motherfuckers, because they're the ones who freaking the fuck out. Thinking you ain't supposed to be laughing at all this shit. Fuck these people. They was laughing. They was using the shit out of me, using the shit out of us, using the shit out of us. Their success, like I said, is based on our so-called failures. Our so-called failures is based on them using the shit out of us and laughing and shit at the same time. Now the shoe's on the other foot, and I'm laughing at their ass. And it's just like I said before, I don't take joy in motherfuckers losing their soul. But when these motherfuckers continue to be wicked as shit like they are and continue to get worse and worse and worse and worse, then I'm gonna laugh my ass off at your wicked dumb ass. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. YESHUA Pandera, the Messiah. Talk to y'all again soon. Peace.
Fell from heaven, manifested in the flesh. Endured pain, demonic attacks and stress. Laughed at, even accused of unrighteousness. I am Christ, not white Jesus, that's ridiculous. Stole my image and made us a white master. And now you working on a fake Black Panther. I told you motherfuckers you can't deceive me. 144, the elect of the almighty God, I am the Black Panther, I am. All will bow, not a single nigga will stand. You thinking I will play friendly with the enemy? The Black Christ destroys white Christianity. The Black Lightning, I'm the storm of the century. I damned you miserable niggas who live in misery. It's the return of the God and the King, the return of the Lord. Now hear the angels sing.
The Grim Reaper, the Grim Reaper, the Grim Reaper, the Grim Reaper.